celebration, baby, if you wanna spit a bottle with me, we could wrestle in our clothes. Laugh until our stomachs look like 8-pack muscles. It's a celebration, baby, if you wanna spit a bottle with me, we could wrestle in our
What is going on, guys? Joey Suggs here, and welcome to today's video. Today, I'm gonna be bringing you along with me on just my overall bulking experience, sharing with you some tips and tools that I've used to make my lean bulk as optimal as possible. Natty might be hanging out with us as well. So I'm gonna show you guys what I have for breakfast today. We have a beautiful, wonderful breakfast, and it's pretty much just some egg whites, 4 English muffins, a coffee over there, and a big old glass of water. All right, so I'm gonna pound down my breakfast right now, and then we're gonna get into a couple tools that you can use just in your overall bulking diet, and how you can kind of set up your calories in, calories out type deal. All right, so I just finished my little breakfast. Actually, it was a big breakfast. And now I wanna talk about some tips that can help you out when you're trying to bulk and you're trying to do it the right way. And the first tip I have for you, don't let your calories just skyrocket, either when you're just starting to bulk or you're getting off a cut and you're wanting to bulk now. If you let your calories skyrocket, you're gonna gain fat. You might gain some muscle along the way, but you're gonna gain fat and you're not gonna look very good doing it. So whenever I started my bulking phase, I wanted to make sure that I was keeping my calories in a surplus, yes, but not too much of a surplus to the point where I was gaining too much fat compared to muscle. You're gonna gain fat, that's just inevitable. But you can gain a little bit of fat and gain a substantial amount of muscle if you're doing it the right way. To be completely honest, bulking is just as strategic as cutting is. You should still be tracking lifts, tracking macros, and tracking macros isn't super important because you're able to eat more food. But you should definitely be tracking protein. It's not just a free-for-all where you can eat whatever the hell you want, donuts and chips and cookies or whatever. It needs to be more of, I'm eating good food still, good wholesome food, but just a lot more of it, or just more of it in general. And like I said earlier, tracking macros isn't super important, but tracking protein is, so trying to stay right around that 1 gram per pound of body weight is perfect when you're trying to put on muscle. All right, so it's a pretty beautiful day outside and it's actually cool in Jacksonville. I think it's like in the 60s right now. So I'm gonna take, I'm gonna take this girl for a walk and catch you guys probably before the gym and we'll talk about some training tips to go over.
just run away with me, darling. We'll get real lost. We'll get real lost again. Just run away with me, darling. We'll get real lost. We'll get real lost again.
Now at the gym, and this brings up a great point about lifting when you're in a bulk. Okay, so while you're in this bulking period, calorie surplus period, this is the best time to grow. And because of that, you want to be tracking your lifts and tracking really just your overall workouts, making sure you're getting the best out of what you're putting in. So make sure you're using progressive overload, which is just adding either more weight or more reps over time. If you're trying to gain strength, I would add more weight. And if you're trying to add size and muscle, or size of your muscle, add more reps. And this is crucial. If you just came off of a cut and you were doing a ton of cardio every day, you still need to do cardio. If you stop doing cardio, you will gain weight so rapidly, it's ridiculous. I was doing roughly 75 minutes of cardio a day during my cut, and now I'm doing, maybe 20, maybe 30 a day, and slowly bringing that down to try and hang on, or not to hang on, but I'm trying to make sure that I don't gain a bunch of body fat in this process. And also, even if you are not someone who is doing a ton of cardio, it's still good at least to get in, do your warm up, and then maybe hit cardio once or twice a week if you want to eat more calories. Really what it's going to do is allow your body and its metabolism to adjust as you take in more calories. So you're always going to be able to eat more calories and still look lean because you're doing the cardio. All right, so we're gonna go in here and crush a little push workout, and I'll see you guys after. Okay, just finished up a sick push workout. And while I was in there, I thought of not two more points, but one thing is, so I mentioned how you can either train for strength or size hypertrophy. You can actually train for both. Right now, I'm training for both. So my week right now, I'm doing push-pull legs or legs push-pull. And the first 3 days are all hypertrophy based. So I'm doing like high sets with low weight. And then later on in the week, I'm doing high weight with low reps. So like I said, you can train for both and grow stronger and bigger at the same time, which is what I assume most people want to be doing. And then the other one was, cardio. You know, I said you should still be doing your cardio. You can gradually work down to where you don't have to do barely any besides like a warm-up. I always think a warm-up is important, and to always do a warm-up with a long sleeve or a hoodie on is always great to get the sweat going and get your blood rate, heart rate up. But okay, so I'm going to go home, make a big old fat protein shake, and I'll catch you guys around dinner for my third tip. Thank you. All right, we are back, and I really wanted a poke bowl for dinner tonight, but the place I was gonna go to was closed, so we ended up with some Tijuana flats here, just 2 tacos with extra chicken. I'm probably not gonna have the chips, but I wanna say this right here. So I love making YouTube videos. I love making the content, expressing my creativity, you know, sharing my experiences and my knowledge with you guys and helping other people out. But it's extremely labor intensive and it takes a lot of time. And it would mean the world to me if you guys could just like the video. Just boom, press like, takes 2 seconds, and it'll really help the channel grow. So thank you guys for doing that. Now, I'm gonna eat this meal real quick and then we're gonna get into the last tip when it comes to bulking. All right guys, so the last tip when it comes to bulking is you want to be monitoring your weight. We've talked about diet and eating. We've talked about lifting. The most important thing now is weight. How much weight do you want to be gaining? What's the optimal range of muscle that you can put on in this time? So I want to go over that now. Ideally, you want to be gaining about 1 pound to maybe 2 pounds per month. And that's for a lean bulk. So you're going to be, if you're lucky, you're putting on 1/2 pound of muscle a month. Now that's for a like intermediate lifter. If you're a newbie, you might be able to put on 1 pound of muscle per month, which would be sick if you're doing that. So if we look at my weight tracking app that I use, I weigh myself every morning, same time, except on the weekends. But if we look at mine and we look at this month, I started at about, let's see, 201 roughly, and now, well, I was 201 this morning, but that's because it was later in the day and stuff like that. But this one, I'm right around 203 really. So that's about 2 pounds per month. And then if we come over and we look at my history, my month-to-month history, we see June, the average weight was 192, went up 2 pounds in July, went up 3 pounds in August, another pound roughly a pound in September, and about 3 pounds in October, and 2 pounds from October to November. So, I mean, that's pretty spot on with what I mentioned. That's kind of what you should be shooting for, and you'll be able to grow a decent amount of muscle mass in that time while not putting on too much fat. You want to be weighing yourself every day, if not maybe 3 or 4 times a week. Really, that's it, and that's what it comes down to. If you're able to maintain that constant, steady growth, one, your metabolism is going to be way better when you want to cut. Your metabolism is going to actually be high, and you'll be able to lose weight without dropping your calories too low and without having to do so much cardio. And you're going to be able to put on a lot of muscle because you're consistently eating the right amount of calories and growing the right amount per month, and really per day or per week. So that's all I have for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. As I mentioned earlier, please like the video. And if you're new here, subscribe, because I love creating content. You got new content coming every Wednesday. And so with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.